Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nathan. If you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today is a post-fight for UFC on ESPN Plus. Edgar versus Munhoz. Post-fight rundown on the main card, and this was good card from the first prelim to the main event. And wow, so let's get started. Post-fight rundown, main card. Here we go. So to kick off the main card in the welterweight division, we had Daniel Rodriguez versus Dwight Grant, and this one I think was it might have been the only one I got right on my predictions. Yeah, anyways, Daniel Rodriguez KO punches round one, and Daniel Rodriguez is killing it right now in the UFC with a nice win streak. And Dwight Grant is no slouch himself, so him getting knocked out in the first round is a pretty impressive win for Daniel Rodriguez. And I think Rodriguez has potential. I think him and his coaching staff will look back at this fight and see what he did wrong and probably work on his takedown defense, and then he might even come back better in his next fight. And so I think Daniel Rodriguez has some potential, and it'll be interesting to see how his career pans out in the UFC. Then in the women's flyweight division, we had Shayna Dobson versus Maria Agapova, and wow, the betting odds were really shocking on this one. I mean, Agapova was an insane favorite in this fight. I think she was the biggest favorite on the whole entire card. And Shayna Dobson was the one who was called out by Agapova. And it was TKO punches round two. This fight just blew me away. I couldn't believe it. Shayna Dobson was 3-4 going to this fight. Now she's 4-4. And Agapova, was just had an impressive record, looked great in her last fight. And Shayna Dobson was someone who was on the Ultimate Fighter, and no one really talked about, but I think people will be talking about her now. Then in the lightweight division, we have Joe Solecki versus Austin Hubbard. Submission rear naked choke, round one. Joe Solecki looked good. He got that the body lock and the stand up looked amazing. As Austin Hubbard was standing, Joe was able to get that body lock and get him to tap as Austin Hubbard was standing. Austin Hubbard's no slouch. Joe Solecki definitely looked impressive with that submission, and it's just interesting to see how this fight just played out, because I was like, oh, there's no way he's going to get this rear naked choke like that. I thought maybe Austin Hubbard would shrug him off, or maybe try to just slam him, fall to the ground and just kind of slam him to the ground to loosen him up, and maybe turn around and get in his guard. But Joe Solecki really did a good job of getting that rear naked choke in there. Can't wait to see more of Joe Solecki in the lightweight division. Then in the light heavyweight division, we had Mike Rodriguez versus Marcin Prachnio, and KO elbow and punches round one. This fight was just a killer knockout, and I was on the edge of my seat going, wow. I was not expecting the fight to end this quickly. Mike Rodriguez, I believe he is 2-1-1 in his last four. If I'm corrected, he has one no contest, then one loss, and then this win, and then he had a win before the no contest and the loss. His back may have been against the wall, but maybe not, who knows. But definitely his back's not against this wall, against the wall now. As Dana White said in the post-fight press conference, that in his post-fight interview, that pretty much everyone on this card was going to get some sort of bonus, and Mike Rodriguez, I would imagine, would be no exception to that rule. And yeah, this was a good light heavyweight clash. Then in the main event in the bantamweight division, we had Frankie Edgar versus Pedro Munhoz. Now Pedro Munhoz coming off a loss coming into this match, coming off a loss to Aljamain Sterling, and Frankie Edgar was trying his luck at bantamweight, and I'm not gonna lie, I was one of the naysayers that thought that there's no way Frank Edgar is going to win this fight, and boy, he proved me wrong. Pedro Munhoz put up a really good competitive fight. This fight stayed standing. There's a lot of good chess match here on the striking. And Frankie Edgar, I had Frankie winning. That first round was neck and neck on the strikes, but Frankie Edgar got some dominant positions there, and so I would give him the first round, and then I think there is a couple of the later rounds that I gave Frankie Edgar, so I had it 3-2 for Frankie Edgar. But anyways, Frankie Edgar just beat the number 5 guy in bantamweight division, and can't wait to see more of Frankie Edgar. Can't believe this late in his career we're excited over Frankie Edgar. But yeah, the answer has found an answer. And Pedro Munhoz, we'll see if he bounced back off these 2 losses, but right now it's a nice little story we're having in the bantamweight division. It looks like Aljamain Sterling, it's official that he is next in line for the title. So what I would like to see is Frank Edgar fight a top 10 in the bantamweight, and I'm kind of hoping for, I know this is going to sound odd, but Dominic Cruz. I think Dominic Cruz would be a good matchup. 2 former UFC champs going at it, 2 top 10 bantamweights going at it. Dominic Cruz ranked number 10 in the rankings right now, as of this video recording. But yeah, this will be interesting to see how this plays out. But they'll probably give him someone else, or maybe they'll give him. But anyways, that wraps up this post-fight show, and stay tuned for my pre-fight for UFC Fight Night, Smith versus Rakic. And until then, I will see ya.